Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare.
Hare Krishna. Danda Pranam to all the devotees. Welcome to morning Amrutvani program. Transcendental words of wisdom by His HG Rupavilas.
Hare Krishna.
Namamrita will be read by Sneha Barkal Mataji. Sneha Barkal Mataji, welcome to you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
An advanced devotee, Madhyam Bhagavat, is distinguished from a neophyte by his constant chanting of the holy name and by his stressing the importance of chanting. Inhabitant of Kulinagram to Lord Chaitanya. The inhabitant of Kulinagram said, "Please let me know who is actually a Vaishnava and what his symptoms are." Understanding his mind, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled and gave the following reply. A person who is always chanting the holy name of the Lord is to be considered a first-class Vaishnava, and your duty is to serve his lotus feet. Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that any Vaishnava who is constantly chanting the holy name of the Lord should be considered to have attained the second platform of Vaishnavism. Such a devotee is superior to a neophyte Vaishnava who has just learned to chant the holy name of the Lord. A neophyte devotee simply tries to chant the holy name, whereas the advanced devotee is accustomed to chanting and takes pleasure in it. Such an advanced devotee is called Madhyam Bhagavat, which indicates he has attained the intermediate state between the neophyte and the perfect devotee. An intermediate devotee is greatly attached to chanting the holy name, and by chanting he is elevated to the platform of love. If one chants the holy name of the Lord with great attachment, he can understand his position as an eternal servant of the spiritual master, other Vaishnavas, and Krishna himself. Thus, the intermediate Vaishnava considers himself Krishna Das, Krishna's servant. He therefore preaches Krishna consciousness to innocent neophytes and stresses the importance of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 16.71-72. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Shri Shri Radharas Bihari Bhagavan ki jai, Lalita Sakhi Vishakha Mata ki jai, Giriraj Govardhan Maharaj ki jai, Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ki jai, Gaurang Nitai Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai, morning chanting program ki jai, Samveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Madhyamadhikari, Kanishtadhikari, and Uttamadhikari. We never knew that there are stages of devotional life. And below Kanishtadhikari, there are Karmis, there are Yogis, and there are many other categories are there. It is only when we came in ISKCON, we came in Parampara, we came to know that there are stages and every stage we have to cross. So we thank our Guru Parampara system that at least we come to know what is little bit bhakti. Here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, who is a pure Vaishnava, who is or a Madhyamadhikari, at least he is chanting, continuously the holy name of the Lord. Mahaprabhu says that those who are chanting continuously, they should be considered as Vaishnavas. But we see that Prabhupada has told that minimum 16 rounds. We know that the 64 rounds were the standard previously. But time, place, and circumstances, Srila Prabhupada reduced it to 16 rounds, minimum 16 rounds, because he knew that as time and circumstances go, people will not be able to take. And that's why at least 16 rounds were given. But 16 rounds are always minimum, not the maximum. We should try to increase it to 32 rounds, then 64 rounds. Then the purpose, ultimately what we want that we should get addicted. We should get addicted to the holy name. somehow or other we should get addicted. Yesterday someone was asking that I'm taking the class in Lokhandwala group. So as usual, people come and tell why we should chant on the mala. We can chant in a mind continuously. Then I told, yes, you can chant in the continuously 24 hours in your mind. But if you can chant 24 hours, then please take out 2 hours on the mala. If you can chant 24 hours, then what's the problem? 2 hours on mala. You should do it. But when we do on mala, they say that it's very difficult. It's very difficult to chant 2 hours. We get neend aa jata hai. But they do not understand that the mind is the biggest enemy. Mind is the biggest enemy. And that's why acharyas have told that the counting should be there. Counting should be there. Without counting, all acharyas, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj chanted 192 rounds for 10 years. Haridas Thakur chanted 3 lakhs. Srila Prabhupada, whenever he used to get time, besides Bhagavatam, used to be chanting the holy name. And that's why, if we want to arrive the love, the only way is to get addicted to the holy name. Now, lolya, eka, there should be greed. The spiritual greed should be there for chanting, for reading, for doing seva. And that greed will help us to elevate from what position we are. Otherwise, we'll always remain, in that position. The problem is that we have greed for material things and we are very much satisfied in the spiritual life. Okay, this is must. But it should be opposite. We should be very much satisfied with the material things what we have, and we should be having more and more greed for the holy name. And then we'll be elevating from, Kanishtadikari, Madhyamadikari, and Uttamadikari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, morning chanting program ki jai.